Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to InTouch, the online sourcing event powered by APLF.com. My name is Eddie, speaking to you live in APLF headquarters in Hong Kong. So first of all, I would like to welcome everyone joining us today. This year hasn't been easy for all of you and full of challenges. So the COVID-19 has affected everyone in the industry, including us as the organizer of APLF fairs. We had made difficult decisions to postpone our Hong Kong fair to March 2021. But talking about APLF, we have been voted as the #1 leather fair for many years. We are also regarded as the most international leather fair in the world. One of the characteristics of APLF, if you have visited our shows before, is the large number of country pavilions. You can find tanners from all 5 continents and from almost every country that produce leather. And today, with the support of the International Trade Center, ITC, we will bring 5 East African tanners under the Supporting India Trade and Investment for Africa, the SITA program, to join InTouch, again, the online sourcing event powered by APLF.com. So let me tell you about SITA. SITA aims to improve the competitiveness of leather business in 5 East African countries: Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, and Tanzania, through the provision of partnership with Indian and international buyers. And SITA is funded by the United Kingdom Department of International Development. So these 5 leather makers will take turns to present the service live to you in a minute. But before I introduce our first suppliers to present to you, let me give you some guidelines on how the InTouch works. So let me change the slide, yes. So you will see 2 buttons near the bottom of your screen, the Q&A and the chat. So during the presentation, if you have any questions to the suppliers, you can click the Q&A button and type your questions. And after the presentation, the suppliers will answer your questions. And if you need to further obtain information or quotation from the suppliers, our colleagues here will post the links of their APLF.com showroom on the chat box. And you can go visit their showroom on APLF.com during and after the InTouch. There you will find the full product information of our suppliers. And you can also click the Contact Us and make online appointment, so that after the meeting, we will arrange a one-on-one online meetings between you and the suppliers. So without further ado, I will introduce our first suppliers. And yes, today we have 5 suppliers at least on the screen, and they are all from East African regions. So our first suppliers is from Kenya, the Assis Tanneries Limited. So they are now producing finished leather as well as wet blue of gold cow for export. And if you look at the screen, you will see their APLF.com online showroom. You can see here, you can click Add to Product Inquiries so that you can contact them for more information. And if you scroll down, you will see their company profile and their information. So I'm now going to invite Mr. Sahu from the company. While we are waiting, so you can click the make online appointment if you have any questions afterwards. So here we have Shahu. How are you?
Good, thanks. Hi, Eddie. Thanks for the introduction.
Hi. You are from Kenya. So Yeah, so I understand you are exporting your wet brew to other countries, and you are also in the process of getting your LWG certification.
Yeah, that's correct. We mainly export wet blue hides, but also started doing finished leather as well.
Okay, so I will let you present to our audience. All right.
Sure, thanks.
Yep.
I'll just share my screen here. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Shahul Ahmed from Aziz Tanneries. We're based in Nairobi, Kenya. The company was founded in 1925. It was named Aziz Nabi Box, and at that time, we used to deal in game skins and exotic skins. It was renamed as Aziz Tanneries in 2002, and is currently in its 4th generation. We employ about 80 employees, and we're situated on the outskirts of Nairobi. We produce both bovine, goat, and sheep. Capacity for bovine hides is about 1 million square feet per month. We also have the capacity to produce about 400,000 square foot of finished leather per month. The Kenyan wet blue hides are hand flayed. We have 2 main size ranges. The first one's 18 to 28 square feet. Average is about 24, 27 square foot per hide. We have also some larger hides of 28 to 38 square feet. Average is about 32, 34 square foot per hide. And we do 2 main selections, tannery run 1 to 5, and lower selection of gloving, which is called grade 6, industrial gloving. From the hides we produce, we would say about 20% would be suitable for shoe uppers. That includes aniline and semi-aniline leather. Majority of the leather, 60%, would be suitable for corrected grain leathers, which we've had customers produce military boots, handbags, leather goods out of these. 20% of the lower grades would say suitable for industrial gloving leather. And most of the hides in Kenya are humpless. And as you can see, we've shared some photos of some of these hides. And we also produce goat skins, which are hand flayed. Sizes range from 3.5 to 6 square foot. Average is about 60 square foot per dozen. The thickness of our goat skins are 0.8 millimeters and above. We do 3 main selections. First one being suede. Kenyan goat skins are famous for short hair on the suede. And we also do the grain selection and lower selections of lining or gloving. Sheepskins are also some of the products we produce. Most of the sheep in Kenya is hair sheep, a very small percentage wool sheep. And this makes it suitable for fashion gloves because of the tensile strength. Sheepskins are hand flayed. Sizes range from 3.5 to 6 square foot, average about 60 square foot per dozen. Thickness slightly less than the goat skins at 0.7 and above. We do 2 main selections in the sheep, usually the grain selection table run 1 to 5 and grade 6, which is used for gloving or industrial gloving or lining. We've recently upgraded and invested on our finishing department. We produce mostly bovine in finish, about 90%, and we also do a small percentage of camel hides for the local market. Most of the leather we produce is suitable for shoes because we work with sides and lining as well, and some leather for leather goods. The thickness of finished leather we produce is mostly 1.2, 1.4, about 40% accounts for that. We also have a spread of about 20% each on the other thicknesses, 1.6, 1.8, 1.82, and 2.2. Most of the leather we produce and finish is full chrome. Here you can see some photos of aniline and semi-aniline. We also produce corrected grain, which is quite popular for producing military and safety shoes. And we also produce nubuck for leather goods. We can tailor your requirements if you need specific colors. We can cater for that. We also produce vegetable tan leather out of mimosa, which is popular locally for, mimosa is produced in Kenya, and this is used for making leather straps on baskets and leather goods as well. Most of our markets are export oriented. We mainly export to India, Pakistan, China, Italy, and Turkey. And we also produce finished leather which serves the local and regional markets of Kenya and East Africa. Kenya is quite strategic in where it's located because it's quite central globally. So it has a good interconnectivity of transport and logistics, both sea and air. So for example, transit times to Pakistan would just be 1 week from Nairobi to Mombasa. It's about a couple of days, and a week from Mombasa port to Pakistan. About 2 weeks to Italy, 3 weeks to India and China. So the turnaround times, if you place an order with us, is quite short compared to probably other countries which are further afield from main consumers of leather in China and India. We are enrolled in the LWG audit process, and we hope to get certification in this fairly soon. And we also try to promote the local community where we're located in the outskirts of Nairobi, in a town called Jiru, employing as much as possible people from within the locality. And we also have a fully working effluent treatment plant in place, and we've recently installed and commissioned a chrome recovery unit. So out of the LWG audit process recommendations to try and make our tannery as environment friendly and as helpful to the community as we can. So that's our contact details. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. I'd like to hand over now back to Eddie. Thanks.
Thank you. So, thank you, Shahu. We have a question from Mr. Ahmad. So his question is, what's the substance of your bovine leather?
Is he talking about wet blue or finished leather?
Why don't you share both? Yeah.
Okay. If I just refer back to the presentation screen.
Yeah.
Most of it is 1214, but we can produce. Yeah, if you have a look at the statistics we mentioned on the lower side of the left-hand side of the screen, most of the leather is suitable for 1214, but we can also produce about 40% 1/8 to and above finished leather. The wet blue we do is all full substance, so we don't split any of the wet blue we export. It's all full substance. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, he's specifically asking for wet blue, so I think you have answered his questions. Yeah. So anyone, if you have any question, please type in the Q&A box. I have another question. Is about the chemical you use. Where do you import your chemicals?
Most of our chemicals for the finish department are from Buckman and the beam house as well. Okay. And the chrome's also international, yeah. And all our chemicals conform to REACH, which is the norm nowadays. Yeah.
So the other question is, can you share to us when are you going to get? When do you expect to get the LWG certificates?
We're looking at between 8 to 10 months from now.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that's it. Audience, if you have any more questions, I encourage you to go to the APLF.com showrooms that we have posted on the Q&A box, in the chat box. There you can find the contact detail of these companies, and you can talk to Mr. Shahu by one-on-one online meetings. So again, thank you, Mr. Shahu.
Welcome. Thanks.
Thank you. So here's our first surprise Aziz tanneries from Kenya. So this is our first, and we have 4 more to go. If you missed that, no worries. We are going to upload the clips to our APLF.com YouTube channel. And let me remind you, if you have any questions, you can type anytime in the Q&A box. And you can even make the online appointment using the Make Online Appointment button, as you can see on the screen. So our second presenter is the leather industries. The leather industry is from Uganda. So again, on the screen, you can see the online showroom of the APLF.com. If you scroll down, you can see the company profile also. So while I'm waiting for them to come online, let me remind you, if you have any sourcing requirement, you can always come to our APLF.com, because all the exhibitors you can find in the APLF fairs, they will have a showroom on this APLF.com, and every day we are uploading the industry news on this portal. So I see we have our second presenter, leather industry from Uganda. I would like to welcome Mr. Liasi Hirani. Hello.
Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Hello, I'm Eddie. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You have 4 gentlemen here in the meeting rooms. So I will let you to introduce your product to our audience online. Are you ready?
All right. So I just want to introduce my team here. We've got Mr. Sridhar here, who is our general manager for the 3 tanneries. We have one in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. We have Mr. Gopi, who is our export manager, and Mr. Daniel, who is our finance manager. So I'll just go through the slides. We have 3 tanneries in East Africa. There's one in Kenya, one in Uganda, one in Tanzania. So I'll quickly go through each one of them. So this is the Kenyan one. It is in Thika, which was set up in 1983. Just one of the photographs of the factory showing the operation that is going on. Background of the company, quick overview. We started in 1983. We were one of the first tanneries in the region that started producing finished leather, which we're exporting way back in the 80s to the European countries, and later on to the Far East countries. And obviously, we've been working very closely with the government on the development drive. So from the staff point, we have got about 230 people working for us in various sections of the tannery. Just one of the photographs on some activity that was going on. In terms of our products, so what we have is we have got, we've actually reduced our exports of wet blue, and we're probably stopping because I think as a government policy in the region, they want to go into value addition. So while in Kenya, they were intending to introduce duty on wet blue, which we managed to defer it for another few years. But for sure, it's going to come in the next couple of years. So we're already working on trying to go into value addition. So what we're doing at the moment is we're doing a lot of finished leathers. We're doing leathers for upholstery, for footwear, for leather goods. This is something we make for the domestic market, but we also export a lot of this leather. So it's something we would welcome if there are any inquiries for that. And the industries where it goes for the footwear industry, the bag industry, the leather goods industry, the upholstery industry, and we also do a bit of gloving with the some of the lower selections. And this probably goes more to the domestic market, a little bit to the export, but I think right now our focus on the gloving is really to sell it in the domestic market.
Sorry, Mr. Liasi, I want to interrupt you a little bit. Do you have a PowerPoint to show us?
I'm already on the PowerPoint. Are you the one looking at it?
I believe you have a PowerPoint. You need to click the share screen button.
Okay. Sorry, I think 1 minute. I'll just put it on the share button. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was already on. Just a minute.
By the way, thank you, Tony, for reminding us to see the PowerPoint.
Okay.
And
all right. Okay, is it on now?
Yeah, thank you. You can go ahead.
Quickly, just to go through my previous slides. Sorry, I didn't know that they were not on. So there's the 3 tanneries. There's the one in Kenya, a photograph that we have. Background of the company, which I've already given a quick background. The people on the factory. The products that I quickly mentioned about, the leathers that we're making, the industry that we are supporting, which is the footwear, bag industry, leather goods, upholstery, gloving, and just some of the photographs of the products that we make. So these are also something that we sell in the international market and the domestic market. We've got the printed leathers, the cow smooth leather, which is quite popular in this part of the world. We've got the leather for belts. So these are the heavy, the wedge stand leathers, which we are able to produce in 182 and 2.6, 2.8, which really is for the sandals and the belt leather. We got cow soft lining 0.91. We've got the burnish articles, which we do a lot for the export, because domestic there's very little market for the burnish articles. And the aniline is again domestic and export. So these are the products that we're making. We've got the sweats, which I believe a lot of people who know African material, they give a very good short nap. So the splits are very, very good and suitable for the sweats. The bulk of the sweats are in 1214, but we get small quantity in 1416 also. And some degree of new bulk that we're able to make. Again, the thicknesses are able to supply is in 1416 and 1618. 1618 is on a lower scale, but 1416 is something we could quite easily do. Upholstery, this is printed leather, and we've got various types of finishes on it. These are just some of the ones that we do in the factory, but we can do much more than those ones. Environment, we were set up in 1983. At that time, we put a state-of-art treatment plant, and we still maintain the plant. We've invested close to about $1.2 million in the whole plant, which complies to all the requirements. And as far as the LWG is concerned, we are working on LWG. We don't have it here, but we have got in Uganda, where we've had it for the last 4 years. So coming to Uganda factory, this is already a LWG certified factory. We've had a silver medal for 4 years, and we hope that we can sort of progress on that medal. So this one was set up in 1995, and since then, but that was set up by this was a project that we took over from the government. The government set it up in 1979 under the privatization program. We bought it and we started the operations in 1997. For the first 10, 12 years, we were only selling to Italian markets. Reason being, Uganda had a superior selection compared to the region, and it also attracted a bit of a premium. So we were able to get a good market in the Italian region. We still export from small quantities to Italy. A lot now goes to India, China. We've got a capacity of 500,000 square feet per month, and we process to the exact norms, the right chemistry and everything to the buyer's requirements. Just a photograph of some of the wet glue that we have been producing, and it meets all the requirements. These are just some of the pallets that we have. We also do a bit of goat and sheep. We're not very active in the goat and sheep, so we only do it on order for specific customers. So it's not a large line for us. We are more on the cow side. Environment, we've got the LWG certification. I believe most of the players in the industry know about LWG, so I will not talk about LWG, what it does, what its requirements are, but we've had it there for a while. The advantage obviously we get is because we already have in one of our industries, it helps us to share the knowledge in the other two factories, and we hope that maybe after the COVID, because COVID has really set everybody behind, so we're hoping that after the COVID we can start progressing in those industries. So things have been very difficult during the COVID period, but I think that's a global issue. It's not specific to us. So we've had challenges getting raw material in Uganda because there was a complete lockdown for 2 months, so people could not move out. We actually were told to close the factories down. All the factories were closed down in Uganda. So we've just restarted the factories. They've allowed the people to start moving, so we're able to collect some raw materials, but it's a slow process. Probably take another 1 to 2 months to get that done. And we've got a factory in Tanzania, very quickly set up in 1996. We've been exporting wet blue for the last 23 years. Tanzania is a very large animal population, so there's a good availability of hides. A quick selection of what we're selling there, TR10, 4, and 5. Government has introduced a duty of 10% on export of wet blue, which makes it a little bit challenging. The cost has gone up. So we are keen to sell now on crust, because that's the direction I think we'll all have to start following in East Africa sooner or later. So we've taken a step there. As far as logistics is concerned, I think Kenya and Uganda is exported via Mombasa. I think for the moment, we'll probably give 1 month shipment because of the delays in shipping. There are not enough vessels coming in, they get transshipped. But they will be much shorter after the COVID. And the quantities that we'll probably put in a container, but that is quite normal that people in the industry would know. So, Eddie, I think that's the end of my presentation. I hope I've not exceeded my time.
Yeah, thank you. That's just about time because we received some questions. So I'll read that out. So the first question is from Mr. Mohammed Sabir. So he asked, what is the origin of your leather?
Okay, so origin, we have 3 origins. Because we have 3 different tenants, 3 different countries. In Kenya, we only have Kenya origin, Uganda is Uganda origin, and Tanzania is Tanzania origin. I think people who are familiar with the region will know the nuances and the differences in the 3 origins.
Great. So the other question is from Mr. Amar. So Mr. Amar asks, what is the average size of your suede double butts or size?
Okay, so the suites we have an average of 8 to 14 square feet.
Okay, so he also asked about the average price, but I think you can, I will forward his question, his contact to you, and you can advise the price to them afterwards. So the other question is, do you manufacture buffalo finished leather for safety issues in the thickness of 1.8 to 2 mm? So
in this part of the world, we don't have buffalo. What we do is we produce cow, so we can produce 1.8 to 2 mm, the product that they require in the printed leather, but it won't be from buffalo. There is no buffalo leather yet.
Okay, thank you. So buyers, I know you still have some questions for Mr. Yassi, and if you have any further inquiry, please make use of the APLF.com. You can find their contacts there, and you can even make one-on-one appointment, online meetings. We will arrange for you. So again, thank you very much, gentlemen. Okay, see you. So they are our second presenter of today, and we have 3 more presenters. And the next one will be the Mars Tannery Limited. The next one will be the Mars Tannery Limited from Kenya. So here you can see the APLF.com online showroom where you can make the online appointment, and you can also see the full company description and profile here. And you can see they are producing a semi-finished leather, crushed leather, and also finished leather of goat, cow, sheep. In here, you can also find they are in business since 1996. While I'm waiting for Mr. Mohammed Abubakar to come to present, let me remind you, you can find the APLF.com showroom address on the chat box, and you can anytime type your questions on the Q&A box. Here we have, hello, Mr. Mohammed, and how are you? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You need to speak louder.
Ahmed will be presenting. This Mr. Ahmed, he will be doing the presentation.
Okay, you need to speak louder, okay?
Okay, no worries.
Okay, can you hear us
okay.
now? Here now.
I will give time to you. Yep, we can see the PowerPoint. Wait, hold on. Can you share a screen?
Yeah, we are doing it. Can you see it? The PowerPoint?
Yes, I can see it. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ahmed from Mass Tannery. We're exporters in wet blue cow and goat's skins, and we were founded in 2004. And we started our tannery in 2013. Prior to 2013, we were doing contract operations in other facilities, but since 2013, we've been independent and managed to meet our customer requirements. So we're based in Nairobi, Kenya, in the industrial area, conveniently located actually to the inland depot and the airport. We have over 100 employees to meet our capacity, which is 15 tons of hides and 10,000 goat skin per day. So these are our products. For our high grade, the cow hides, which is an average 24 to 34 square feet. The gauge is usually 2.5 plus, and the skins also 1.2 plus. So in terms of raw material, we source all our raw materials from within Kenya, and we make sure we go through a rigorous selection process. And one advantage of Kenya is that the raw materials are actually readily available and it's plentiful. And we use the best chemicals from certified suppliers like Buckman and Vishnu, etc. And we also ensure a rigorous quality control process where we have experienced technicians who understand the process well and ensure meet the criteria before they move on. And we are certified by the KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards, and we also are currently undergoing the WG certification process. And recently we actually installed solar panels, so 70% of our energy is coming from solar energy. So our target markets are India, Pakistan, China, Italy, as these are our current markets. And as I mentioned earlier, we're located just 5 miles away from the depot in Nairobi. So it's very convenient and easy shipment. And the certification, we will provide the commercial invoice, bill of lading, packing list, health certificate, veterinary certificate, and certificate of origin. So these are some of our samples. This is the 28 up TR45. This is the 18 up, which is a grade 6. This is the goat skin TR45. And this is the grade 6. We're currently working on producing finished leather for the local markets in Kenya. Thank you.
So thank you, gentlemen, for your presentation. We have got a questions here. Is that again? What is the origin of your hides?
They're all from Kenya. We sold from
They're
Kenya.
all from Kenya. Okay. And
we can also supply hides from Rwanda. We can also supply hides from Rwanda, with blue hides from Rwanda.
So the other question is about, do you mind to share who are your current clients in Italy? Are you now supplying to Italy?
Yeah, last we have supplied, but last 1 year we have not supplied anything to it.
Okay, so
Before
yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, before we were supplying, but last 1 year we have not supplied.
Mm-hmm. So let me see if there are any questions. Buyers, if you have any questions, you can now type in the Q&A box. And yeah, we've got another question is that, do you have sheep wet blue skins? And what is the average size of the skin, of the skins? This is a question from Mohammed.
Yeah, sheepskin, we can offer 60 to 65 average square feet per dozen.
And do you have any MOQ, minimum order quantity, for the sheepskin?
It should be one container. 1,000 minimum should be 1,000 dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll wait for more questions. And guys, if you have any questions, if you are interested in the mass tannery limited the skins from them, you can always now type in the Q&A, and afterwards you can ask in the APLF.com. And here's another question: what is the price for the cow and wet blue TR?
And there are two different cow, and 28 plus average 30 to 34, we can give at 0.4 cents dollar, and 18 plus average 24 to 26, we can give at 0.35 cents in dollar, 0.35.
How about the price for the sheep and goat? This is the question in the chat box from.
Goat we can give at $21 per dozen, 1 to 5.
Okay, so there are many questions about the price. I think buyers, if you have any more price concern questions, you can always use the APLF.com. And here is another questions from, do you have wet blue split?
No, at the moment we don't have split.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing before, but at the moment we are not doing split. We are doing full height.
Okay.
Full height.
Okay, let me see if there is any question. Okay, so buyers, thank you again for both gentlemen, for Mr. Mohammed, for your presentation and participation in InTouch. If you have any more questions after the presentation, please go to the APLF.com showroom, which my colleagues has posted the link in the chat box already. Thank you again, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, guys, we have just invited our third tannerist of today, and we have 2 more to go. And the next one is from Kenya. The name is Karulu Tanneries Limited. So here again, you can see the showroom and the make online appointment button where you can use. You can click here to have a one-on-one online meeting after the InTouch. I'm now going to invite Mr. Fahad to join us. And here we are. Hello, Mr. Fahad.
Yes. Hello, Eddie.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, very clear pictures and I can hear clearly. So why don't you start your presentation? And we are going to share the PowerPoint for you here.
Okay, thank you for that. We are tannery based in Nakuru, Kenya. It's, the highlands. It's a very good area, very good animals, very healthy animals. Of course, it was founded in 1978. Initially, we were only doing raw exports. Then we moved to wet blue. We did it for many years. At the moment, we're doing a bit of wet blue, but more concentration is on finished leather. Of course, we employ about 90 people, but because of COVID, we've cut down. Production, we can go up to 400,000, maybe slightly more, 500,000, which is a mixture of 50% red blue and 50% finished leather. We can move next. Okay, that is our offices, our main offices. Okay, please, next again. Okay, our main product is a wet blue goat, which is mostly the suede is for Chinese market. The lower grades, which is grade 6, Pakistan, India, those are the main lower grades. Sheepskin, the same thing. The suede, Chinese market. Grain sheepskin, mostly for India, for garments. Lower grades, Pakistan, Calcutta market, India market. Okay, cattle hides is a mixture of when the market is good, Chinese market, Turkish market, Italian market. When the market is lower grades, again, we go back to India, Pakistan. Okay, crust, we've been doing it for the local market. We've tried also Taiwan market when the market was good about 2 years ago. Now it's low. We intend to go back again when the market improves, which is crust suede. Okay, we can go next, please. Okay, most of our finished leather, we are targeting shoe people, bag people, of course, upholstery, wallets, belts, everything that has to do with finished leather, both in Kenya, in Uganda, in Tanzania, Rwanda. Maybe we'll expand international market. Okay, Chinese, of course, it's mostly suede. That is all of our market in China has only been suede. India, of course, is lower grades always for maybe gloving leather. Pakistan, again, all lower grades. We've never exported anything high grade to Pakistan. Italians, of course, it's always higher grades, tier 4, 5. Turkey, the same thing. Okay, yes, our sizes. The minimum size is 3 square foot, maximum size 7, maybe 7.5. This is both goat and sheepskins. Heights, we always start from 18 square foot to 36, 37. Minimum thickness on goat skins, sheepskins 0.8 mm and above. Minimum thickness on hides 1.5 and above. Okay, goat skins, obviously we only have 2 selections, suede and grade 6, and of course grade 7, which is only 1%, 2% of the international market, what we get. Okay, those are our goat skins. You can see the selection is mentioned there. Okay, we can move to, okay, all our products are Kenyan origin. We don't buy from Tanzania, we don't buy from Uganda, we don't import any raw materials. It's all locally sourced. In fact, it's all sourced not even more than 150 kilometers from our area, which brings good raw material. We don't go very far. Okay. Grade 6, okay, we can move next. Those are our hides. Again, higher grades, it is to European market. Sometimes higher grades go to China, lower grades, Pakistan, India. We've done a bit to Bangladesh. Okay, selection, of course, I've mentioned before. Thickness, I've mentioned before. Okay. Those are our wet blue hides. Of course, we have from 18 to 30 square foot, and we have from 28 to 36 square foot. This is our finished leather, which we are trying to target upholstery people for coffee shops, bars, restaurants, both locally, internationally. This is our main target. Belt people, shoes, military boots, safety boots. Basically anything, any application that the finished leather can do, we are ready to give the product. Okay. Those are different kind of prints. We invested heavily in a lot of different kind of prints, which of course, the buyer has a variety of choosing what print he likes, what application he wants it for. We can do any color. The customer can just pick a color. We will, I mean, our variety is big, so we are ready to give every customer's preference. Okay. Okay. Of course, Kenya being in East Africa, everything is very nearby. We take only 1 day for our container to reach the port, 1.5 days. Again, very short transit time to India, China, Pakistan. We've never done to the USA, but still also we can see how long it takes to the US. And I mean, importation of chemicals is very easy. Exports of wet blue is very easy. So we are nicely situated. We're not landlocked. So, okay, LWG, we started about 1.5 years ago. We've slowed down because of what has been happening. We intend finishing it between 1 year to 1.5 years from now. Hopefully by end of 2021, we should be fully and ready with LWG. Okay, I think that's it. And this is of course, our contacts are there, email address, WhatsApp, mobile phone. We've got a Facebook page, which is Nakuru Tanners Limited. And our website is under construction.
So although your website is under construction, but you can always use our APLF.com to upload your product. Thank you again for your presentation, Fahad. We have a question here. First, what is the chemical companies? What is the chemical you use to tan your leather?
We use from Bachmann a bit. We use from Turkey, United Chemicals, and we use from South Africa. We don't have a specific. We go depending on the quality. So we different kind of places, but we always go for quality chemicals to get the exact good finish of the leather.
So the other question is, he wants a clarification. Did you mention just now you have crushed suede of cow?
At the moment we have wet blue suede, not crushed. Crushed we do it on order.
So the other question is, what is the price and the grade of your sheepskins?
Which selection sheepskin? Is it suede?
I think he's mentioned. Why don't you share both?
We don't have the grain selection at the moment. We only have suede selection, which is $28 a dozen.
And the next question is, what's the price? He want to further clarify his question is for the grade for garment, for making garments, sheep.
Yes, for garment we don't have it because it's very seasonal. Sometimes the sheepskin is very good. At times, different times of the year, the sheepskin selection goes down. At the moment, we don't have it for garment. It's seasonal.
Okay. The other questions from, I believe, India is are your finished leather REACH compliant? Do you have the? Is it up to the REACH standard?
Not yet, but we're working on that.
Okay. The other question is, do you produce double face suede?
Yes.
All right. So you
Yes,
can. And about the MOQ, the minimum order quantity of your finished leather.
We can say about 50,000 square foot in a 20-foot container.
So, Bias, if you still have any question, you can still type in the Q&A box, or you can connect with Fahad through the APLF.com. So the last question is, are you LWG certified tannery? I think you mentioned it.
Yes, we are in the process of finishing it, maybe after 1 year, hopefully.
So you will achieve it, hopefully, in 2021?
Correct.
Thank you. So, yeah, so that's all the questions. Thank you, Mr. Fahad. I hope you have a nice...
Thank you very much.
So, Bias, we just finished our fourth presentation from Mr. Fahad of Nakuru Tanners. And if you have any more inquiries, you can always visit the APLF.com showroom, which I have already posted on the chat box. So, without further ado, we have our last presenter of today from Uganda. So the name is Netherland Limited, and you can see the showroom. Next to the company name, there is a make online appointment buttons. So here you can click, and we will arrange a one-on-one online meetings for you after the InTouch event. While I'm waiting for Mr. Andrew and Mr. Abdul from the Netherlands, let me remind you all the presentation, not only for this one, but our past InTouch event from Italy, from China, all the video replays, you can find it in our YouTube channels. Also, to give you a teaser, next week we will have another InTouch event, which we are focusing on India. So we have another 5 Indians currently joining us in our next InTouch on next Thursday. We are still connecting with our 5th exhibitors. Our colleagues is working hard here to make connection with them. So again, I want you to tell you the APLF.com is a very important online portals for you. So we will upload news every day on the APLF.com. So here we are. We have Andrew and Matthew from Uganda, Netherlands. Can you hear me clearly, gentlemen?
Yes, we do. Very clearly.
Thank you. How are you?
Very fine. How are you?
We are good here. I'm in Hong Kong, if you can see my background in APLF headquarters.
Yeah, in Uganda, and you can see the background of our products.
Yeah. So why don't you start presenting your company and your products? I'm really looking forward to it.
That's wonderful. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. This is Netherland Limited, located in Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. A very exciting country to visit, having very nice products for everyone to enjoy when it comes to the marketing aspect. Netherland has a vision as well as a mission. Just like all the companies, our mission is to make sure that we give you the quality you deserve, and the vision is long-term, as you'll be seeing in our presentation. Netherland is located in Uganda, as I said. That's the gate, the entrance of Netherland, based in Masaka. It is 1.5 hours drive from Kampala, the capital city of Uganda. So that's our gate entrance. Now you are seeing the effluent treatment plant. It's a very beautiful, designed by Interprogetti, Italy. That one is a chrome recovery plant, so that you can see the beauty of making sure that we are compliant with the environmental concerns. Netherland is a private company, as I said, established in 2010. We are now celebrating our 10th year in business. We started very small in the stocking and selling of industrial chemicals. In 2012, we started the marketing of leather as middlemen. Then in 2013, we started production of leather, hand safety gloves, mainly for the steel industry. Then in 2015, we moved to the leather goods manufacturing, that is the bags, wallets, key holders, and so many other leather articles. And then in 2017, we moved to a very higher level, whereby we started our own tannery in Masaka, producing hides and skins into wet blue. So Netherland didn't stop at that. From 2017, we started immediately on accreditation, and in 2019, on 30th March, we earned a silver rated award. And we are LWG certified. Other key information on Netherland, we have another factory, not based in the tannery, but it is based in Kampala, just making the leather goods. Then the products, as we see, they are wet blue, hides and skins, and then the leather goods. Employment level, we are at 80, but now being affected by the corona pandemic, but very shortly, I think it will be over, then we got full production. We are currently exporting to India, China, Hong Kong, Italy, and Sri Lanka. Our unique characteristics of our raw material, the hides and skins. One, for the hides, it's about the thickness, ranging between 2.5 to 5 mm. Then the area, our average is from 18 to 40 square feet. Good enough. More than 90% of Uganda cows are humpless, so we don't have the humps, and they're very suitable for upholstery and apparel. Then the grain is very, very stable, and we can say that our hides are very waterproof. They're very easy to clean because it's a condition when it comes to LWG certification. That's a picture of the local breed. We call them the Ankole cows. You see it's very flat. It doesn't have any hump. And you can also see the width. It's very, very large. It's part of the product we do in Western Uganda, the cow hide. That's a wet blue from the cow hide. You see the color is very blue. The thickness, as we said, from 2.5 to 5 mm. That's a tannery run without grade 6. And our minimum order for the wet blue is 1 container. That's for the goat and sheep, wet blue. The thickness is between 1, that's a tannery run without grade. Minimum order for the wet blue, that's for the blue. The thickness in M, selection is 20 for TR, 40 for suede selection. Minimum quantity order is 1 container. That's a wet blue awaiting selection. That is in the tannery. Again, that is the sheep also being selected and graded. Now we come to the products. Leatherland doesn't have a finishing line. We are stopping at wet blue. But what we do, the very wet blue we make in our tannery is exported to India, finished, then re-imported in Uganda as finished leather. Then we start making the leather articles. That's a bag. And when you look at the bag, you see it's customized Leatherland bag. ULTB means Uganda Leather Traveling Bag. The colors are very various, and actually they are very, very good. Minimum quantity, we talk with the buyers, depending on the need. And when you look, also that's a traveling bag from Leatherland, made in various colors, and the thickness is very fine. The colors are very various. Minimum quantity, we talk with them. Also, that's a traveling bag. Those are other bags, the travel bags for the teenagers, for the computer guys and others. Different colors, very, very portable, and minimum order we can talk to the buyer depending on the need. All our products are customized. Now, when it comes to logistics, Leatherland is in Uganda, and Uganda is landlocked. That means we don't have access to the sea. Despite that, that's an advantage because we're enjoying the hub in Africa. We are finding the exports very, very easy, and to India, it takes us only 21 days upon a confirmed order. Then China, 28 days, and then Italy also 28 days. If you need a sample, we just put on air, then you get it the following day. The connections are very good. Lastly, Andrew is the general manager. The contacts are there, And I'm secondly Abdul Hakim, the one that has presented. Mr. Omar Shankar is not with us, not here, our managing director, but very much following the presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, both of you. We have a question here, usual question. What is the chemical suppliers of your leather?
Yeah, for the chrome, we get from Vishnu. Then other chemicals we get from TFL.
So buyers, if you have any questions, please type it now in the Q&A box, and we will refer your questions to Netherlands. So we have another question: is what is the treatment of your hides? If you understand the question, I think how do you treat your hides? What is the substance of your hides?
Then other treatment starts from the raw. The moment we get a raw hide, it can be altered. That is the first treatment for preservation. Then we move down to the soaking stage, the liming stage, then the tanning stage.
So I think we are still waiting for questions, but yeah, buyers, if you have any questions,
starts from the get a raw hide. It can that is the first treatment for the soaking stage, then the tanning, the treatment like that.
Okay, so here is another questions. Are your leather complying with REACH? This is his first part of the questions. Are your leather complying with REACH?
Yeah, our leather is actually, that was the first step before getting the LWG. It is combined with REACH. You have to respect whatever that is within REACH.
So actually his question, to be more specific, is if your leather comply with REACH, which you import back from India for products.
Come again.
I mean, if you just mentioned that your product will be imported back from India to your country. Is it?
Yeah, our wet blue.
Yeah.
Yes, our wet blue is exported to India because Uganda, apart from our good friend Leather Industries of Uganda that are producing finished leather, which is not sufficient enough on the market, we export the wet blue to India. And our sister company in India doing the finishing respects the REACH component. So once it is done, finished, then we import it in Uganda and do the leather articles.
Okay, thanks for your questions. I believe that's it. If you are buyers, if you have any further questions, you want to connect with the Netherlands, please use our APLF.com functions. And I can't see your face, but thank you again, both of you. Next time if you come to Hong Kong, bring me the leather bags you just show on your screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks again to participate our InTouch. So everyone, this is the last suppliers of today's InTouch. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the virtual experience. We are going to send you an email with all the suppliers link, and don't forget you can connect with them through our APLF.com functions. This event is made possible with the support of ITC, with the donation from the Department for International Development. If you want to understand more about the work of ITC and also SITA, please visit their website and you can see it on the screen. So one more thing before we end. Tomorrow at the same time, there will be our final judging ceremony of our 2020 Design the Bag competition. We have invited our top 3 finalists to present the idea of the designs, and you can join us to meet those tenants. And again, as I mentioned just now, next Thursday, we have another InTouch event. this time we put our focus on India, and you can see the QR code, which you can scan it and register for the event. So again, thank you very much for joining our InTouch. I hope you stay safe in your countries, and also hope we can meet each other soon. Our next event will be in March in Hong Kong next year, the APLF exhibitions. So please follow our social media to stay connected with us. And I will see you soon. Thank you again. Bye-bye.